Good morning and welcome to 3 Minutes of Truth. On Friday, we started looking at the parable of the sower in Matthew 13, verses 3 to 23. And we said how you receive the word of God determines the level of impact it will have in your life. Jesus taught that there are basically 4 types of responses we can possibly give to the message of the kingdom. And these responses are often an indication of the spiritual condition of your heart. We have already covered the hardened heart, which basically prevents the word of God from having any form of effect in our lives. Today I want to look at the stony or the rocky ground. This is a picture of a partially open heart. People with a partially open heart are often very excited to hear the word of God. They really love to receive new revelation and all sorts of insights into the word of God. But the problem is their hearts are still full of stones and rocks from their past. And for whatever reason, they have not taken the time or made the effort to clear their hearts and make room for the word of God to take root and change their lives. I think most Christians fall into this category. They love to hear the word of God and they are quick to express what the message has meant to them, but their excitement is only for a short while. In most cases, a couple of days later, and for some it's actually a couple of hours or minutes later, they would have completely forgotten the message they were so passionate about earlier. And because their excitement does not last long enough, they never give the word of God a chance to really work in their lives. And as a result, they remain shallow and unfruitful. As a pastor, I meet a lot of these kinds of people. What they say and what they do does not add up. They always are on fire for the word of God. They always have a fresh revelation or insight of the word of God, but you never get to see any fruit in their lives. So here's my challenge to you this morning. During this lockdown period, I have released 18 episodes of these 3 Minutes of Truth. I want you to pause for a moment and try and remember the episode that made the most impact in your life. What was it about that episode that impacted you the most? And finally, what are you doing differently today as a result of that episode? If you cannot answer any of these questions definitively, maybe you fall into this category of shallow Christians. I don't mean to be judgmental at all. I just want to challenge you to seriously consider the condition of your heart. Because here's what I know. Hearing the word of God is not enough to change your life. It is the application of the word that you hear that will change your life. My name is Justin, and this is 3 Minutes of Truth.